Of course, I get a bucket out of my hand and get the camera in my hand, and he quits. I'm not sure which one that is. I think it's the older of the two. But they're both doing fine this morning. Mamas are up eating. And, of course, the pregnant cows are getting their breakfast. And these other calves just don't want to do anything this morning. They aren't even all in here. There's only a couple in here. I got one. Yeah, I believe that's Boomer's kid. Oh, kind of white out there this morning, even in the lot. I was surprised to see the lot being white, as dry as it is. But, and, oh, if you notice, there's no dogs down here. That's because, well, Becky had them do blood tests on Rainy when she was down there. And she may have an issue with her pancreas. So this morning, here in about another hour or so, Becky's got to take her down. What? Hi, buddy. Becky's got to take her down. They're going to do an ultrasound to see. I don't know. I mean, 'tis what it is, but Becky just wants to know. She ain't a young dog. Far from a young dog. And then we have these. Only thing I haven't fed yet is these girls and the dogs. Blue is wandering the yard someplace. And the other three are in the shop, where they've been for a bit. And before I feed dogs, I'm going to feed these girls and then go take Rainy over to the trailer because she can't have any food this morning, just in case they have to put her out. It looks like we'll be putting a bale up today too. One more thing on the list. So, would you ladies like some breakfast? Who wants breakfast? You do? You do? Yeah, typically you two. Oh, and you? How about the rest of you? What about the famous Eeyore over here? Huh? Would you like breakfast? You don't look near as big in here with some of these girls. Especially when we look at this one. And that one. And we almost need to do Where's Waldo again like last year, but this time it'd be Where's Cowboy? And you keep his head down so you can't tell it's him for sure. Oh, good morning, Cowboy. Would you like some breakfast? Okay. Oh, hiding clear in the background back there. Hi, Ruby. Yeah, can you hear in the back row? Good morning, Ruby. Your daughter's in the front row, you're in the back row. What's with that? Oh, and Opie Dope. Okay, I'm going to get them fed. Get some dogs rearranged and go from there. Well, look who just got a poopy diaper change.
Wow.
Good morning, Blakely.
It was me. Tell it was me.
I got to meet Titi and knee doctor this morning.
Yeah, I had to run something to the hospital. So.
Oh, you can tell them what's going on.
Oh! They gave her a machine to test for sleep apnea.
Dumbest thing they ever did.
Here.
They sent Becky a deal.
I didn't tell people I had sleep apnea.
Huh?
I didn't tell anybody I had sleep apnea.
Too bad.
I didn't either. I dropped that on the floor, wouldn't you know? That looks clean, right? Anyway. So she bumped into her knee surgeon.
The one that sits right here and you have all the ran into him when I was walking in. It was good to see him because I haven't seen him in years ago. It's been 2 years since I've seen him last. But it was good that we got to shop and see him.
Well, that means.
And then he thought Miss Blakely was mine.
Well, most people do, I think.
I think everyone thinks that she's
Hey, you.
with her someplace.
You coming up? I guess I'm going to need both hands to get her up. There, by the magic of video. Hey. Ooh. Just smack the phone. By the magic of video, huh? Good morning. Okay, you got to see her. Well, I burned the plug off again, put it in, ended up doing a bunch of other stuff. Came back to it, fired right up. And I emptied that and filled it, and it's all but empty. And I shut the gas off on this thing and ran it out, so hopefully it won't be an issue later. But all this green stuff here, it ain't got a lot of time left. That's a lot of area to cover. All this up the driveway again because there's more sprouting in the yard up front. Around the corner there beside the shed. Everything over there, everything over here. Whatever's left, Becky gets to do with her hand sprayer. She's been through the carburetor again on the phone with Maury at the moment. And she couldn't get the jet out. I know I'm out here in the sun, I don't know what you can see, but all it takes, varnished fuel in that little orifice, half a drop of fuel will varnish that shut. It's open now. Hopefully it's going to work now. And the DeWalt's out for a reason, because we found the last few times we've taken these out, you can't get them. That's, if you can see the screwed up part, that's from using a regular screwdriver and not being able to get it. With her holding the carburetor and me with both hands on the screwdriver, it wasn't happening. Get the DeWalt with a thin enough end on it, get right in, and about the second thump, they spin right out. Just ease into it, don't hog on it. Just go really easy, and it'll go pop, pop, boom, and it's done. So I'm gonna put it back together. We'll see what happens. We're doing it. 200 gallons in the tank, two 25-pound bags. That should be 20 gallons per acre, 5 pounds per acre. No marker, I'm going to guess it. We see streaks, we see streaks. And yeah, window's open. Why? You know. Yeah, I can't drive straight. This should get rid of those yellow flowers, from what I've read up about it. I mean, dandelions are actually good feed. Problem with dandelions is they, take out a chunk the size of my hand where no grass grows, and they don't grow back enough. But anyway, and well, we're at 4.2 now. I was at 4. Probably shouldn't put too much back in here because this doesn't like to dry. And my corners are going to be kind of screwy because I'm just going to turn corners and go. And there's still a bunch of algae in that tank. Hopefully it doesn't plug any nozzles. Totally expected to plug the screen. And yeah, it'd be nice if those trees were trimmed, but they're not. And I figure by staying away from the edge a little bit, we'll be able to see what it does. And this field really hasn't grown a lot. It didn't get any manure on it. The others have a lot more growth than this one. God, you can tell it's been a few years since I've run a sprayer. Of course, if I was actually running a sprayer, I'd be over another 20 feet away from the fence, looking over at it, and I'd be staring at that the whole time. Not staring at the phone, staring at what's going on. So there's the greenhouse that goes beside the tank. That's a bypass. And I marked where we had that valve when we got the pump going and checked our flow. Found out my old pressure gauge that goes on the nozzle bodies, it apparently don't work no more. It was showing 20 pounds and all of them were open. They don't open until 30. So, anyway, we went for flowing instead. 30 seconds, got 24 ounces out of the nozzles, out of each one. Means 48 ounces in a minute. Nice shithole, huh? Figured from there and came up with, at 4 miles an hour, should be putting out 21 gallons an acre. So, we'll see how right it is as I get farther away from the edge. Oh well. Yeah, they got God knows what out here. I know they put a well over there. Maybe the well was over here, but it still looked like they were over there farther. It ain't mine. I just wish it was still timber like it used to be, instead of blackberries and weeds. I'm still just going round and round, trying to follow my tracks. I don't like dragging a 12-foot disc around with a 160-horse tractor, you know. Kind of sit here and line the edge of that fender up with that. Gets me pretty close to the middle, getting down. And then, I was actually waiting for somebody to say something about how I got this thing tipped so forward heavy. There's a reason for that. It's not a spray tank, it's an nurse tank. It does not have a sump in the bottom. So, there. Kind of hard to find it in the corner once in a while, but I saw it over here. With it tipped forward, I'll get everything out of it. Oh, gee, I'm off a little. Oh well. What I can tell, I mean, it's always going to be sloshed forward. What I can tell, we're going to be really, really close, I think. I hope. Hopefully close enough. This isn't, I mean, we've always called this a 10-acre field. You know, for flinging fertilizer or spraying, we usually figure for 10 acres and you get it covered. Figured that one 10 acres too, but it's actually smaller than this one. Oh, that's a little, the tires come up a little icky. Finally getting into that spot. Oh well. That field is about, oh, it's at least 100 feet shorter east and west than this one. That one, when you're cutting, when you get to the center, it's a perfect square. This one, you got a couple long passes down the middle. And, I mean, this one's long enough to be a square 10, but from south to north, it's short a bit. So, I was playing around with one of those apps the other day. And just doing it with my finger, making, you know, pointing each corner out. It came up with a little over 8 acres. That's a little wet right here too. And I'm off a little. That's all right. The other one came up with a little less than that. We always figured 10, 10, and then that one over there we used to figure 7. But that's when it was everything down to the bridge, and we don't go down that far anymore. So it actually is anchored about 5.5 or 6 acres. But when we figured up production, until the last 5 years, if you figure 10 and 10 and 7, we still end up with 4 tons to the acre or better hay. But like I said, the last 5 years we haven't been there. Partially because it's only got manure, no commercial fertilizer. And partially, and mostly, I think, because of the summer drought. I mean, we really haven't had enough rain to give it much, but things are still wet, so this month, we haven't got I don't think we broke a half inch of rain for the month yet. Anyway, kind of looks like I'm gonna have a little left over. And like I say, I know, I probably skipped a little here and there. I know I'm skipping on the corners because I'm not turning the corners very sharp. There's a really good reason why I'm not. Uh-oh. We spit in there. And I'm still in the shit. Well, that's going to be a mark later. If I knew where to get to that word, it'd be easier. Actually, if I had the fertilizer button put granule on, I wouldn't even worry about it. I could throw clear across that. And we're going to run into a wet spot up here too. Figure a way to... I don't want to get off track because when we cut, whatever's still laying is going to be laying into the cutter, so it'll get underneath it and cut it. So I really don't want to go the other direction anywhere, because then, if you're trying to cut it and it's laying away from you, you don't cut it all. That's enough gabbing anyway. We're farther down and farther down. I'm going to guess there's about 60 gallons in there by what it looks like. The black mark, if you can see it, it's a 100-gallon mark, but we're like 40 gallons off end to end sitting on flat ground. It seemed like things were a little short, and yeah, I'm not going to drive through there. I'll go over here. I just cleaned nozzles and my screen back there. I haven't been able to tell how well they've been spraying. Right now I can see them pretty good, but there for quite a while I couldn't see them so well. And there was still some algae chunks in the tank. Yeah. Nozzles were all but plugged. So that's what I know. Looks like we've got about 60 or 80 gallons left, so that'll tell you how much I short back there. It did pretty good for at least the first half dozen rounds. So I'm just going to keep it running here. And unfortunately, I can't turn it on and off without going out and physically hitting the valve out there. But I can play around over here, at least a little bit. I'm not sure how far I want to go because it's wet down there. But I can sure as hell hammer these dandelions, right? Good as empty. I've unplugged the strainer twice, pulled all the nozzles off. No, strainer 3 times, pulled all the nozzles off twice. Just took a little leaky on the bowl, but I ran it out. It died before it got here. I did that hayfield, and I did the draw. And look who came out to see me. Who came out to see me?
Hi, everybody.
And a little piece before the bridge, just a little horseshoe piece, and then I went around clearing back. It's part of that same piece. So I know at least a third of that field was spraying really light. And she, I hear, was looking out the window watching me.
Yeah.
See, so I want to go see.
She's mooing.
I want to see the calf, she said.
She's mooing.
And
you want to go see Iceman?
look at that. Rainey's appointment today. They said that everything's pretty much all right. So
I thought she might have pancreatic cancer.
she doesn't have nothing wrong with her pancreas. That's what they were worried about.
Oh, is that your plan to be Iceman?
Yeah, I don't know how many minutes I got today. I know I got a bunch of little stuff and a couple longer ones.
Hi, Iceman.
But you got to see this part, right?
Hi, Iceman.
Yeah.
Hi, Iceman.
He says, you don't have a bottle, I'm just going to suck on something. And maybe tomorrow, that pair can go out.
Can you hold Hold on here for a minute.
I can do
I
that.
have to go in the corner and pee. I'm sorry.
Oh, come here, kid. You got to get a hold of me. There we go.
I have to pee.
Here, let's see if we can do this. All right, we did it. We're back. Thank you. So, anyway, I'm done for the day. Other than I still have to feed. Hoping Becky was going to help with that, but no. No, she's just going to sneak around the corner and leave a wet spot. So, trying to figure out how many acres I actually covered. Because the draw isn't much. And piece there isn't much. I might have covered, maximum 14 acres. And it should have covered 10. But like I said, when it's not coming out the nozzle, when I stopped before I finished up clearing back, I looked back, one nozzle wasn't doing anything, but the others were. It's like, okay. Nozzle wasn't plugged, pressure was down low enough, that would shut off. So the others weren't putting out very much. So that's my story. I'm going to hand her back off so I can feed.
Come here, Tinkerbutt.
Get my feeding done and put a video up.
Was that a moo cow?
And you can't see what I'm looking at. There we go. I'm going to say it's working. And like I said, I'm sure that I skipped some spots.
Moo cow moo.
Richard said it makes a big difference, so we'll be able to see.
Moo cow moo.
And I know there's a bunch of it that won't light because it's plugged up.
And
the tank's empty enough. We're going to try to rinse it again because it finished breaking the algae loose.
Is he a crybaby?
I got a lot of cleaning to do in the morning. Yay me.
Is he a crybaby?
So.
Is he a crybaby?
Ooh, what?
Rainey wants on video too.
She already got on video. So, hey, we say thank you for watching. I'm gonna get Grandpa. Thank you for watching. No, leave them alone. Say thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Hope everybody had a happy
for
hump
watching.
Day.
Cows go moo.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Hope your hump day went well. Hope Thursday goes well for everyone. Thanks for watching.